Hey YouTube, Mark with Ultimate RC back on the channel. No, this is not V2, this is V1, the Turbo Timber Evolution. This is the one that made its fateful demise up north because yours truly forgot to put the wing spar in. I have since done a lot of gluing and repairing, replacing of motors and an ESC. The receiver turned out to be good, so I decided to repair. But as you can see on I even repaired the wing. There are a lot of carbon spars, toothpicks. I lost track how many different types of glue I used. And the same can be said for the floats. The floats are probably not seaworthy, but they are snow-worthy. Just recently got this together, and it's a little breezy this afternoon, but we're going to put this up today because our snow is fast melting. Warm stretch coming here to Wisconsin finally. Of course, right when I'm ready to fly this thing. So we'll put this up. I'm going to be using a Superior 3300 60C, and then I'll also do a smart battery on this for our second flight, assuming we get to the second flight. We'll see. I guess a lot of it's going to depend upon how good of a handyman I am or I'm not with my carbon spars and glue and toothpicks and such. So either this is going to be a pretty successful rebuild of what was a pretty spectacular crash, or we may have another pretty spectacular crash. We'll see. All right, YouTube, so I'm gonna get this loaded up, and we'll be right back and get set up for the flight. All right, YouTube, set up here. Actually getting hard to find a spot where we've got consistent snow cover without some grass patches, but we're gonna try it right here. I got a couple spots where I can potentially come in here. So it's actually going to be a tad bit challenging because I'm going to make sure I don't hit a grass spot here. We should be able to pop this up pretty quick though. We'll put in takeoff flaps. Probably got 5 to 10 mile an hour for wind here. Throttle cuts off. Here we go. New motor, new ESC, lots of glue, lots of sticks and carbon fiber. Let's see what happens. All right. She's flying. We'll bring it around to the right. Looks like this is going to be a very smooth flight. We're probably going to test those wings for sure. But so far, they're staying together. All right, we're gonna go up with it. And coming around, a little bit of a hammerhead there. All right, do a roll. Going up, rolling, coming back down. You can see that's got a south wind right now, south-southwest. She's still blowing pretty good. A little bit windier than I would have liked for this flight, but By tomorrow, we're not going to have any snow cover. It's supposed to be in the 40s and sunny. This will all be gone. The only thing that'll be left here will be the piles. All right, we're going to try to bring it around and see if we can do a touch and go. Like and subscribe, YouTube, hit the bell. I do appreciate the support. We have managed to go over 500 subscribers, so that is going to allow us to open up a merchant store, which I've been mentioning. We are working on that. Hope to have it up in the somewhat near future. We'll see. Kind of a stop and go. It's not like the snow that I flew off of up north on the bay with V2, which I just did yesterday. Not sure which one I'm going to post first here. We have geese flying north. I don't know if you got YouTube, if you can see those right there. Probably a good sign. Maybe our cold days are numbered. Go back up with it here. All right, one more touch and go. Still flying with my half flaps, of course, or takeoff flaps in. See if we can line it up into some snow here. Watch out for the manhole cover in the middle of the field. I bet you all don't have one of those at your airfield. Y'all. I'm from Wisconsin. What the heck was that? Anyways, all right, let's, it's cold, 38 degrees. So let's not push the battery. I've got about 20%. We're gonna come in here. Oh, of course. All right, let's see what I got for telemetry. 30%. I really hate ending on a landing like that. Let's see if we can take off right here. I see I got part-timer to move.
I was afraid you were coming for me again.
All right, so let's I'm sure that'll be an interesting comment to hear later. All right, there we go. Let's see if we can bring it back in here. Again, like and subscribe, YouTube, hit the bell. Do appreciate the support. Hope to have some more planes on the channel here soon, weather permitting. I think it may be finally turning. There. That's about as soft as it gets. Let's see if we can taxi it over here. My repaired skis. They don't seem to be sitting quite level. But I'm pretty happy with that because I honestly didn't know what this plane was going to do. When we'll put throttle cut on here, when I did it, especially a roll or something like that, and tax the wings, that all held. I don't want to say that I'm surprised, but I wasn't exactly planning. I have two batteries today, and I planned on using the smart battery second. So that in case I didn't fly it, it would discharge by itself. So we'll see if we can get one more flight up here, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned here for flight number 2. Mark with Ultimate RC, second flight here on the EVO Turbo Timber Evolution, or EVO V1. fully repaired, and the sun managed to show up for us for this flight, and so did the wind. So we're gonna put this up. This is a smart battery this time, and let's see if my repairs continue to hold. Got south-southwest winds and snow's fast melting, so and it seems like the wind is picking up with this cloud line clearing, so we'll see what this is like. All right, here we go. Takeoff flaps in. Let's put it up. Whew. Yeah. All right, flaps up. It is breezy. But it is now sunny and hopefully a little bit better backdrop for a part-timer to shoot. She is here today. That's about 15 degrees warmer than it was yesterday on the bay, and so I somehow convinced her to shoot this video. Let's go up with it. It's amazing how well this plane flies with those floats on there, and I would imagine I have a little bit more weight than what I did before. Given all the stuff that is now in there that wasn't prior to the crash. The floats, however, are probably not, they're not sealed, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to use this for a float flight. I might try that this spring, otherwise I'm going to have to buy new floats, this plane will strictly be for this, in which case this may be the last time you see this particular plane for a while. Of course, V2's up north and will be probably on the channel a decent amount this summer. Really like this plane as a float flyer. I've not ever used this on regular landing gear. Those nav lights, day bright, show up in the light, which is nice. That's the other thing I do want to get in, is a good evening flight at some point. Hope to do that up north, where I can showcase the nav lights. Haven't been able to really do that much. We're going to try to do a couple of touch and goes here. Try to avoid the manhole cover or grid. Whew, just got up before we ran into grass. Bring it around. Again, like and subscribe, YouTube. Appreciate all the support from those of you that have subscribed. We're past 500. We're going to be opening up that merchant store. Keep an eye out for that. Do a little skiing around the manhole cover. Even with all the glue and sticks, this is still a great flying plane. Happy to get this back running. So at the end of the day, to repair this, I had to put a new ESC in. Thankfully my receiver was okay, but I did wind up having to do a new motor. Otherwise I would have had this on the channel sooner, because I had this ready to go a couple of weeks ago. And spinner, prop, all told, probably a little less than $100 worth of parts from Horizon to get this back up and running again. That's of course assuming that I don't go and buy a float set. Those aren't cheap. It's about 36 bucks for a float set. All right, let's see what we got for telemetry. 30%. Let's do one more. Woo. I keep saying one of these days part-timer's just gonna be no timer, because she's not gonna do this anymore. I think the snow got sticky and then the wind grabbed it. It's going from south to west, and normally in a nice big field you'd be like, well, just point into the wind. Well, I gotta kind of bring it in where I've got snow now, which we didn't have this problem a couple days ago. There, that's a pretty nice touchdown. All right, we'll ski over here, sort of. Winds make it a little difficult to turn. All right, I think we're gonna stop there. Thanks again for watching YouTube. Like and subscribe. Again, I do appreciate the support. Stay tuned on the channel for other products coming up. See if I can grab this here. This is a big plane. It is difficult to grab with one hand, but there it is. The redemption flight on the Turbo Timber Evolution V1. Thanks again so much for watching, YouTube. Mark with Ultimate RC. Stop recording. Stop recording.